Kia ora whānau, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go hiking. I have Joe Pez with me. We're going a little ways for this. We're not going to our usual trail. We're actually driving out. It's gonna take us roughly around 2 hours to get to where we're gonna go hiking. I've packed all of our snacks. We made sandwiches. We made a pit stop at Wawa, so it should be fun. Right, babe?
Mm-hmm. Trust me, just literally do it. What do you need my hand for? All you gotta do is get down. Go.
Let me do it myself. Whoa. We'll do it together.
1, 2, 3. You can do it together, so. Babe, all you have to do is go to the next. All you gotta do is go to the next. Go to the next. Go, go, go.
It's so pretty out here. Hey guys. So this is the next day. I am at my parents'. I got here in such a hurry because my mom called me and was like, all right, come over, we're going to lunch. I felt so chaotic getting ready. So I had to quickly make a meal for Joe Pez before I left, and then I got myself together. I brought my tea with me, my smoothie with me that Joe Pez made. He makes the best smoothies. All right, so I just got to the farm, and I wanted to show you guys that since I've last vlogged here, my parents have redecorated the farmhouse here. They painted. They're getting new furniture as well. So they've painted all around the farmhouse, added some accent colors, which is really nice. I'm loving it so far. Ow, I realized that I didn't bring my boots with me. I'm wearing my sandals here. I'm gonna take you guys out on the farm so you guys can see the animals. Look at Monty. He thinks he's a horse too. He's always out there with the horses. Hi, Jackson. We love you. Where Jackie boy? Hi, Kodas. He's such a good boy. Monty. Come here, Mont. Monty does whatever the hell he wants to do. He goes wherever he wants to go. Are you tired? We've got 2 eggs. So I found all the chickens. They're all in here. So yeah, usually when I'm here, I just try to help out and pick a project to do. Like I'll usually like clean out the chicken coop, or like right now I'm gonna sweep and clean out the horse stalls. There's only 2 horses here at the moment, Parker and Dakota. Link is still with us. He is just at a horse camp for some extra training, and we no longer have Penny or Luna, which I'm really sad about, but it was my dad's decision. We don't have Penny. They both went to really good homes, my parents made sure of. So yeah, that's just my little explanation of why we only have 3 horses now instead of 5. which you originally saw in my previous videos. So I didn't want people to be like, well, what happened to this horse and that horse? Well, that's why. So I'm really sad about it because I loved Luna. I loved Penny too, but Luna like really had my heart because she was so sweet.
All in one app.
Welcome to Yoga with Adrienne. I'm Adrienne, and we are here in a long exhale to relax the shoulders down.
Good morning and grand rising, you guys. I just finished my yoga. I'm feeling pretty good. Also a little bit sore because it's been a minute since I've done yoga in the morning, but I feel pretty good. I'm trying to get into the habit of like first thing having some type of routine. So I like to wake up in the morning and read a book for about an hour or so, and then I'll get into yoga and meditation, take a nice cold shower, and just do whatever else I need to do for the day. Like after this I'm going to do some journaling and for my gratitude journal. Usually I'll meal prep for the day, but I'm supposed to be meeting Danielle at a coffee shop so we can go over like our business ideas because we're both trying to start a business. So we're making it like a weekly thing to meet up together at a coffee house to just go over things together and kind of bounce ideas off of each other. So I want to quickly update you guys on my life. So the other day when I went to my parents' house, I had a sit down chat with them to go over like an idea that I had in my mind. And so I came up with this idea to maybe turn their shed into a tiny home for Jopez and I and the cats. And I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but it's such a great idea. Both of my parents are totally on board. They're really happy about it. They're excited about it. We're just all excited to pretty much get this in motion. I have so many ideas that it's a little bit overwhelming, but I've always been a fan of tiny homes. I love the whole entire movement of just like downsizing and living tinier, and it just makes sense. And so the fact that I'm pretty much going back home but still having my own space, like we're secluded, it's amazing. So it just feels like this is like the perfect timing and the right timing for us to do this. And it's not going to take long. Like I said, it's just a shed. It's pretty spacious though. I did take a picture, or I did take a video of the size of the shed so you guys can get an idea of how big it is. I haven't been inside in a little bit, but I'll be sure to bring the camera with me so you guys can kind of see like what I'm going to be starting with. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited. So I'll make sure I include you guys in the process. So stay tuned for that. Also, I never thought I would say this, but I quit my full-time job. Like, I'm still working. I'm just working part-time. Like, I always had two jobs. I always had a full-time job and a weekend part-time job. I've never quit a job before ever in my life. I've never left a job this soon. It was just bad. Like, the job itself was good. It wasn't hard. It was fine. It was manageable. It was just the people that I worked for. It was the managers. I don't know how to explain it, but it wasn't just me that felt this way. Like, all of my coworkers felt exactly how I was feeling. The energy within the center, within my job, just wasn't good. It just didn't feel right. And I noticed it started to affect my health, being as that, like, it just was, I had low energy all the time. I didn't want to be there. I wasn't happy. I wasn't smiling. It just wasn't good. Like, I noticed, like, I started to have, like, back pain and, like, shoulder pain, like, severe shoulder pain. And ever since I left there, like, I have not complained about shoulder pain at all. I'll tell you guys, like, a little bit about, like, what made me come to the conclusion to just up and quit. The reason why I left was, like, the way that they would talk to me. They were putting things onto me that were completely out of my job description. Things that I'm not certified for, they were having me do. I work in healthcare, and I would express that, like, I don't feel comfortable, and they were pretty much telling me, like, no, you need to do it or else you gotta go. And so I didn't like feeling like my job was put at risk all the time, and I didn't like them threatening me. So it was just an overall negative experience. After my last talk with my manager, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And, you know, I remember on the way home from work that day, I called Jopez and I was telling him how I was feeling. And of course, every time, like, we end the conversation, he's always just like, okay, well, that's just the reason for you to just work on what you need to do in order to start your own business. Like, you really need to start buckling down and starting your business. I was fine the rest of that day. The next day, so the last day I worked was on Wednesday. I was off Thursday, and for some reason, like, Thursday night, when it was time for me to go to sleep, I could not fall asleep. It was so hard for me to just relax and just go to bed and close my eyes and just rest. I could not do it. But I was up, like, maybe 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and that's very rare for me. I just couldn't go to sleep because I was up thinking about this job. Like, how can I go on with them treating me this way? Like, it just doesn't sit right with me at all. It's not okay. I was up on my phone on YouTube and scrolling through Instagram, and I remember there were two people that were on live that early in the morning that I follow. So there were two people that were on live that early in the morning, and it was Chickology. It was her and let me see. And it was Ari Lennox. She was on live as well. And I was, like, clicking between both lives. They were like, someone commented and they were like, you guys should just join lives, like, talk together. Because people were having to, like, switch back and forth like I was doing. So I remember the one particular time where I switched over to Ari Lennox. It was like 555. I think it was 555. So I saw the 555 is how many viewers were in her live. And I was like, okay, that's gotta mean something. In this particular moment in time, that's gotta mean something. Like, a lot of times when I see an angel number, I'll acknowledge it and I'll smile to myself, like, there's a reason why I saw that number. But in this particular time when I was feeling, like, so distraught, like, not distraught, but, like, I was like really going through it in my mind. I was like, okay, there has to be a reason why I'm seeing 555 right now. So I immediately exited out and I went onto my phone. I went into Google and I looked up the meaning of the angel number 555. And this is what made me make my decision. Okay, so it says, this is the universe's way of telling you that you are in sync with your true self, and things in your life will start to shift and change to make room for new and better things coming to you. Keep in mind that your new path will be revealed to you one step at a time, so just trust that everything is going to be okay as you're heading in the right direction. This is a process of significant change, and new events in your life will be shown to you at divine timing as you're being guided in your life purpose. Get ready for fate to smile on you and transform the circumstances of your life. Okay, so this is what resonated with me. It says, be prepared. A major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Although this change will have a great impact on your life, it can bring the answer to all your recent prayers. But it can also validate the fact that the change you're planning to make is the best thing for you to do right now. Seeing 555 is no coincidence in this case, but a divine message that your decision to make this change in your life has been suggested to you by divine entities or your higher self. In other words, you need to trust your intuition and understand that whatever you want to change in your life will be highly beneficial for your life purpose. You must have the commitment to do the right thing based on love and good intentions. Trust your decisions and have faith that your life is unfolding perfectly for your highest good. You are supported by the universe. This is also what was significant to me. Since the numbers 555 are your angels' way of telling you that it's time to let go of the things that are no longer working for you and to replace them with new and better ones. And if you're feeling afraid or confused, this is the best time to ask help from your angels. So yeah, once I saw that, once it said like, if you're feeling confused or afraid and you want to take a new direction, like don't be afraid to step into it and just know that the universe is going to take care of you in whatever decision that you make, and just know that a change is coming, and if you're seeking for it, like just go for it. It's going to happen. And so that was all that I needed to know to pretty much solidify everything that I've been thinking about pretty much everything leading up to this point in time, but more specifically, like I always knew that I wanted to quit. I just knew it was going to be this soon and this sudden. Like I literally thought about it like heavily that night, and then this just solidified it when I looked up the angel number 555. Like, this is the change that you need. This is the change that you've been wanting. Go for it. You're going to be taken care of. So after I came to that wow, I'm getting like really emotional. But after I came to that like realization, like, okay, like I'm going to be okay making this decision, I was able to fall asleep like a baby, like so sweet. I was able to rest, and I fell asleep out here on the couch, and I remember I woke up because Joe Pez came over to me. He was like, well, what happened? Like, you didn't come to bed. And I pretty much told him right then and there, I was like, listen, I need to tell you something, but I need you to hear me out first. I pretty much explained to him everything that I told you guys. Like, I wasn't able to sleep. I was thinking about it over and over again. But I am okay with my decision, and I need you to be okay with it as well. Like, there's no changing my mind. I'm quitting this job. And once I mentioned the number 555, like, he already knew what it meant. Like, he's pretty good with his angel numbers. He's really heavily into that. So he already knew. And so, like, I feel like him seeing me confident in my decision, like, made him be okay. And he was like, okay. Like, I was surprised. He wasn't like, how could you just quit your job? Like, he wasn't like that at all. He was like, okay. So, a lot of people are losing their jobs at this time. And I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful for having a job and just up and quitting, because that's not like me. It was just this job did not align with my values, and it was making me like sick. Like my energy, you know what I mean? Like my energy, I just felt like I didn't feel good being there. And so I had to remove myself from the situation. I'm super fortunate enough that my job that's part-time is allowing me to pick up more shifts, and if I want to, they will allow me to come back full-time. So I'm super grateful that I have them, and I'm appreciative that I'm able, with everything going on and the way that the world is, like I'm super appreciative that I'm still able to have a job. And so with everything being said, it's just like it's wild, but it shouldn't be wild. But it's like you really got to trust your intuition and trust your gut feeling. Like if something doesn't feel right, I'm getting emotional. If something doesn't feel right, like, and if you're fearful of something, like step into it and figure out like what's causing you to feel that way. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. I have a lot of free time on my hands, and so it's been able for me to like create content for my YouTube channel. A lot of my free time is set up for me editing videos, as well as spending more time with my family, spending more time with Joe, spending more time getting to learn how to start a business. So that's something else that I want to talk with you guys about too. Like I'm trying to start my own like online business where I'm going to be selling different products. I'm really into like the health conscious and wellness and holistic health. So I want to come up with different things to sell and put out. So stay tuned for that.